Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. My name is Sister Fatima Hodge. I'm an active prophetess representing Master Suleiman, the messenger of the covenant.
My name is Brother David Hodge. Welcome.
Today is January 26th, 2024. Today, our topic is the hidden enemy. We're going to get started off with discussing who that hidden enemy is. All right, sisters and brothers, our hidden enemy. So, you know that 400 years ago, our enemies, they committed a crime on our nation by raping our black woman. Not only raping the black woman, he also put his seed inside of the black woman. So now, due to this, the black nation is corrupted with black-faced Caucasians. Now, a lot of our people identify them as Oreos, as you all see here in this photo above. That is, in fact, a house Negro, which is also one of their identifications. That is a house Negro with an Oreo on her face because she's, in fact, a Caucasian with black skin. And they can't hide it. That's who they are. So, this Caucasian nation, they raped our black woman relentlessly. We were forced to carry their seed. Now, if the seed, if these people are products of rape, that means their fathers are rapists. So that also means that's exactly who they are as well. Because we know that a child has the nature of his father. And this was their tactic, to wipe out the black nation with their black-faced devils by corrupting it from within, because they knew that they couldn't get in. So why not make a black-faced devil that has the mindset of us, but looks like these Negroes, so they can go in and corrupt their nation from within while we're corrupting it on the outside. So their demons are out to destroy our body. Because like I shared, they're attacking us from within. Because they're in fact hidden. And this is why they made them, because they would be hidden within our nation. So you wouldn't be able to detect them immediately because they look like you. However, they're in fact a cancer to our nation. And they're the reason why we have no harmony within our nation. Because they're corrupting it, making mischief and shedding blood just like their fathers. But they're within our nation. We have mothers that are demons. We have aunties, you have uncles, you have all these people that are in your family that are 5 out of 10 of them are demons, sisters and brothers. So they have a mindset, and you also have your mindset. However, once you start thinking with your mindset, that becomes a problem to them because you're thinking for yourself. You're thinking, basically, it's not just because you're thinking for yourself, it's because it's against their nature. The way that you think and the way that they think is two different. We think they're two different ways. So the natural process of your thinking is against them. They hate you, sisters and brothers, just like their devil fathers. They hate us. This is why they changed everything about us, sisters and brothers. They changed us. And then after they changed us, they want to sit and blame all the black nation's problem. They want to blame it on us after they're the ones that tore us down to the point that we're at. And then they want to blame now we're at this point, and now they want to point the finger back at us saying that you're the reason why you're in this situation when they are. They put us here. They made sure that we couldn't think, read, none of these things for ourselves. So that's another tactic of a devil and a demon. They attack. And then when someone retaliates, oh, they're attacking us. They're terrorists. They're evil. However, they're the one who caused the action. They're the ones who caused that reaction to take place. But they don't want to look at that part. They just want to look at what's in front of them. They want to look at what took place to cause that to take place. And they're the reason why that these things taking place. So that's why I said they're causing corruption, mischief in our families and things like that, because they're causing problems. They're not solving them. They're keeping them going. We solve problems. Our type of people, the original nation, excuse me. We don't like things to just linger around, problems to keep going on, and a situation that could be handled to not just be handled. That's what they do. They want that. They cause problems. They lie. They make up things just to cause problems within our families, within our nation. And they're not doing this because, I'm trying to cause problems. That's just who they are. That's their nature. Which is why they're a cancer to our nation. Because this is not something that they're doing because they're in control of it. They're doing this because this is their nature, which is even worse, which is why they are a cancer to our nation. Because they have no control over hating us. Because this is who they are. They hate us naturally because we're not who they are, and they're not who we are. Which is why our hidden enemy, I forgot the point I was trying to lead to. Excuse me. Do you recall what I was expressing? Excuse me. Excuse me, sisters and brothers. This is why the demons, they have placed these demons here within our nation. Because they look like us. And their plan is to destroy us, sisters and brothers. They want to destroy our minds the way we think because it's against them. And you have to understand that your enemies will not give you anything that will benefit you. So, when I say anything, I mean anything. Advice, excuse me, sisters and brothers, I'm trying to think quick if I can. Excuse me. So basically taking any advice from the demons. They tell you about Christianity. They cannot give you advice. That's just like, for example, that's like a cat giving a dog advice, and they're two different animals. And the dog is listening to the cat advice. However, that dog is not a cat. So he's doing what these cats are telling him to do, but it's against him. But he doesn't realize that because he doesn't have his own mind. So that's exactly why there's such a cancer to our nation, because, like I shared, that their devil fathers attacked us on the outside, took our minds from us, did all these things, made sure we were Negro bots. Then they had their demons attack us from within. It made sure that they fed you with all their information because you don't have any. You don't know who you are. So they took their demons and fed you with, and made sure that they were the standard of who you are to be. Because you don't know who you are. They already did that part. So they took their demon children, their black-faced children, and put them in our families, in our homes, to mess us up from within, to control us, to teach us how to be who we are, because we don't know who we are. And it's clear as day, because we hop up on every time a demon does something, we want to do it. Why is that? Because we don't know who we are, and that's an example of that. Because you want to do exactly what they're doing. And that's exactly how they know that they can control you with their demon children, because you don't know who you are. So why not put these children in their place, my children in place, and show them that this is who they are, and it's going to destroy them. And that's their plan, to destroy us. And that's why they have all their demons in the industry. That's all of their children. Anyone in that house is still Master's house. Anyone in Master's house are demons, or they the sellouts, sisters and brothers. They have to be against the original nation, just like their fathers. And this is not something they learn. This is not something that's taught. This is something that they have in them. This is within them. This is their nature. As you see here on this photo, Oprah Winfrey has a Oreo on her face because she is in fact a house Negro. So a lot of our people do know the knowledge of, Black Karens, and things like that, and Uncle Toms, and basically black people who submit to the devil 100%. And this is what they identify them as, Oreos and things of that nature. However, they are identified, and they have a name. And they are demons, half man, half devil, from the rape of the black woman. They are not human, sisters and brothers. They are not one with the creation like me and you are. They're a grafted nation. They're a grafted people. Meaning they have to be taught everything. They don't have any guidance. We have to give them guidance. They don't have any natural guidance, which is why they are an enemy to our nation and to our reality. Because they're destroying everything. Because they don't have that natural guidance of the creation. We are all one with the creation. Everybody, and they don't have a place in that. You don't have to sit and tell a bee to go get honey. Because that's what he does. That's what he's going to go do. You don't have to tell the animals, any animal. You don't have to tell any animal what direction to go, what to do, any of those things. If that's the case, then it will be destruction. It will be, sisters and brothers, we are one with the creation. So things flow. We have harmony. But once you put a people who don't know who are not one with the creation, such as robots, where you have to control it, tell him what to do, or else it doesn't work, or it's destroying things because it doesn't have a guidance or a purpose. And this nation, this hybrid nation, and this devil nation, they don't have a purpose in our creation. So this is why they are extreme enemy to our creation and our nation, because they don't even have the mind to understand what's taking place here and why it's taking place, which is why they have to be eliminated. So, sisters and brothers, we're gonna move forward, unless you have something else to say.
I know you did fantastic. I believe you talking about the creation, them being one with the creation, right? So, like you said, everything has a exact place in the creation, and they do not, because everything is designed to improve and to maintain the creation, but they do just the opposite. They was made to make mischief and shed blood. So, and that's against our biological reality. So, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move forward. All right, sisters and brothers, as you all see here, this is a formation of the Inju key. This formation is showing our open enemies and our hidden enemies. Now, as you all see in the background, our open enemies are America, the devils, sisters and brothers. That has already been identified by the guide and the messenger, as well as the Caucasian nations. They are open enemies. And Master Suleiman, the messenger of the covenant, has identified our hidden enemies. And here's the identification of that with the formation of the Inju key. The original nation, before it was corrupted at the top, and then you have the original nation at the bottom as well, once corrupted by the Caucasian man's blackface devils. So we're not going to get too much into the Inju key. However, this is that formation is showing you that our nation is in fact corrupted with demons. This is that proof that our nation is corrupted. All right, sisters and brothers. So as you all see, we have democracy. Now, the demons are the ones who are in control of the Democrat Party. They're in control of that. Democrat Party is basically a group that is for all, meaning they're trying to please everyone. They want the demons to be happy. That's what this is about. Freedom to do whatever you want to do without any consequences. Well, I'm not saying no consequences. However, this is their system. This is what they run this nation on today, because they want their demons to be their demons want to be included, and they want to be happy, right? And this is what is going to cause that, a democracy. Bring a people, the majority rules. This is what this is what we love. This is what we want to do. So basically, you have. I'm not trying to figure out another way to explain.
Right, the Democratic Party, they believe in doing whatever you want to do, believing in it's a non-disciplined structure, meaning that They don't have any structure or discipline, which cause corruption, which, like she explained, that's why we don't have any harmony, we don't have any peace, because they don't want it. So these things, these systems set that up for this reality to be chaotic, to be out of control, and you need structure to maintain power. So they use these tactics to destroy you.
Yes. So, and also as you look at the word democracy, it starts off with DMO. So that's identifying that it's the demon. It's another identification that this is a demon's idea. This is there because it identifies it in the name of what they push. So, sisters and brothers, these are not, well, they were once hidden. However, they're now being exposed. And the Democrat Party is ran by demons.
Right.
A bunch of demons. They're no different than the other party, which is the excuse me, am I saying that word? Republicans?
Yes, sir.
Yes, the Republicans, excuse me, which is the Republicans. There's no difference. They do the same exact thing, just different ways to target. So, and the reason why you know they're doing the same thing, because they're in fact, the same people. They're just, the Democratic Party are just blackface devils. So, they look as if they're different or have a different agenda. But like I said, they don't have a different agenda. Their agenda is the exact same. And their agenda, like I shared, the demon's agenda is to destroy us from within. So why not have a democracy where you can do whatever you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
You can do whatever you want to do. No structure, no foundation. And there's no foundation. If there's no solid foundation, it can be it's a foundation, but it's not a solid one because it's always crumbling. Something's always taking place. And if it's a solid foundation, it shouldn't break at all. But it's always conflict in the black communities. It's always conflict because of these demons and their democracy and them wanting to do whatever they want to do. Them wanting to be free. And that's not how life goes. There's structure to everything. Everything has a structure to it. Should have one. And if it doesn't, it's not going to prevail. It's not going to prevail in the right direction. And then they push these agendas as if this is what the black woman is striving to do. However, that's their mindset. This is what they want to do. They're pushing abortions. They're pushing they're pushing these agendas. They're pushing this. However, that's not our vision. That's the demon's vision. Kill your babies. Have fun. Live your life. A kid is going to hold you back from that. Kill it if you need. It's okay. We'll pat you on the back. It's okay. We'll give you some coupons once you kill that baby off. We'll give you whatever they're bribing people with. This is all to destroy your mind, destroy our nation. Because once our nation gets that in their mind, and like I said, we don't have our own mind, so we're listening to them. And we're doing what they're doing. We're looking up to them still.
Mm-hmm.
So we're out here killing our babies trying to achieve something you're never going to achieve. So you're killing your children on top of not achieving a goal. So now you don't have anything at the end of the day.
Right.
You don't even have a child, a husband, any of that. Because you're listening to these demons. And they're pushing that you don't need no man. You don't need no woman. Women and women can be together. Men and men can be together. They're happy. That's all that matters. They're pushing these agendas. on our minds, and we don't have our own mind anymore, so their mind is corrupting ours. And I'm gonna give you an example. Like, for example, if you're playing, say for example, I'm trying to think if this is a good example. We were playing a game. Say for example, we play. Let me see. Say for example, you're playing a game against another team. Now, your team is winning. Constantly winning. And the other team, they're getting angry because you're winning. Your team is winning. Instead of, being a team player, right, and cheering the other team on, you're angry, and you're basically the other team gets really angry and don't like you guys anymore, don't like the other team because they're winning all the time, and they hate you guys, they're upset. So then you and your friends decide that maybe we should stop winning on purpose to allow them to win, so they'll be happy. And that is exactly what our nation, well, for example, so let's stop winning. Now we're allowing you, now we put our guard down because, like I said, we were winning, right? But we put our guard down because we noticed that the team that we were playing against was getting mad. Every time we won, they would kill one of our brothers. Every time we won, they would kill one of our teammates. So we had to stop this game. And huddle up and say, maybe we be nice to these devils. No, not maybe we be nice to these devils. That's not what I'm trying. The message I'm trying to give to here. However, the fact is that we lowered who we were, so they could win, right? So basically, the mindset is what I'm saying. They changed our mindset. We had to change our mindset into their mindset, so they will be happy. So we had to fake. And now it's no longer fake. We're no longer in that position. We're in their total control now. This is no longer where we're in a position where we're, acting or trying to, because they made our minds to where we are now thinking just like them. So you went from, well, I'm trying to bring this example to a close, and I can't finish. I'm trying to make you all understand that we changed because it's not that we changed. It's not that we made that decision. They changed us, sisters and brothers. They changed us, meaning they took our minds from us. So we will be so we would think like them, sisters and brothers, and they know that, and it's not about them knowing that a people that think like them will be, it's the fact that that's their nature.
Right. I kind of get what you're saying.
That's all they can do is teach us how to be like them.
Right.
That's what they do. That's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was saying, right, in the game that you was explaining, we was playing a game with these people, right? And the goal was to say basketball, which is we dominated. We was dribbling. We could cross. We could dunk. We could score. They wasn't as good as we was at these things, so they were sore losers. They didn't have good sportsmanship. So what happened is either they demons convinced us to lay off of it, like, don't do these things, don't do that. They try to redirect you, program you
Right.
to lose the game, and then the Devils, they switch the rules. So all of a sudden now you can't cross over. No dunking, no shooting past here. You got to shoot from the half court line. They start manipulating and changing the rules, and they demons come in and help with the process of helping you lose and stay right.
Yes, sir. Exactly. Right. And they come in and assist us and now we're losing this game because they have their demons. They took their demons. They said we keep losing this game, right?
Right.
So we gonna bring in some more players in this game that looks like them, and they think that's helping them, and it's gonna cause them to lose now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exactly the example I'm giving. That's exactly what they did. So with their demon children. So they're within our nation and they're corrupting us. That was just another form of saying that.
Right.
They're in our nation, they're corrupting our nation because they want us to think like them because they hate who we are.
Right.
Because who we are is against who they are and it's
Exactly.
against their reality.
Mm-hmm.
So they automatically are going to as soon as you're thinking how a dog thinks, that cat is going to redirect you.
Mm-hmm.
Redirect you, because who house are you in? You're in a cat house, right? You're a dog. So you better meow, because as soon as you start barking, we don't understand that. But these cats don't understand that bark.
Right.
So they start freaking out. They don't understand that. Everybody looking at all the other cats looking at you crazy. Even the dogs that are actually dogs like you they're looking at you crazy too. And you looking at them like you can bark too. But they don't realize that they can bark. They don't even realize that they're dogs. That's how bad the cat house has warped the minds of the dogs. They don't realize that they're dogs anymore. And then when another dog actually barks, it's offensive. They hate. She's a hater. Because you're in this cat house. And if you're not following these cat rules, then you are an enemy. If you're not with us, then you're against us. And that's exactly how they think as well. That's just a nature thing. Sisters and brothers, if you're against a person's nature, if you are a different nature than someone, then you're against them. Naturally. So we're by nature against them, our minds, and they're by nature, their mindset is against us. Which is why they hate everything that we do, because that's not what they do. You're not supposed to. You say I'm supposed to love that a dog goes outside, has to go and poop outside. I'm supposed to love his reality, but that's not my reality. So why am I being forced to love a reality of that's not mine? I don't go poop outside. I don't do these things. So why am I loving something that's not something that there are not things that I do? And that's exactly what we're doing. Because we don't know who we are. And that doesn't change the fact that we're destroying ourselves by operating off of the mindset that these devils and their demon children has given us. We're still being destroyed, sisters and brothers. Which is why we have to realize that we have a hidden enemy within our nation. They're camouflaged in with us. They're causing all the problems within our nation, within our families, within our homes. They're making us have conflict with one another, keeping problems going instead of solving them, acting like playing a victim when they are in the wrong. And that's another thing that they do. They play victim because when they're in the wrong, they want to play victim and boo-hoo and take those emotions and try to grab you with their emotional mindset. And that's another thing that they do with the demon women. Their mindset they take the demon women's mindset, and they know that the demon women, they produce a lot of the original nation. So we know that if a demon naturally hates, well, if we have two different natures, right? Meaning it's no question about if we hate one another. That's just what it is. We have two different natures. So that's exactly what it is. We don't like each other's nature. We hate one another, right? So when they produced a child with an original man, there was never any love for that original man. She never loved him. It was impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. So by nature, she's going to go against him, regardless if they're together or not. Her nature is against him. So it's impossible for her to love the original man. On top of loving her original children that she birthed from that original man, it's impossible to love them. You can take care of them, you can raise them up, but love them is impossible because they have a total different nature than you have. So their tactic is this is the demon's mindset. They take the babies away from the men and blame the men at the end of the day on why this child is in the situation that they're in, but you did that, right? You did that. These are demons' tactics. What they do, they put their emotions on the children. Tell the children, because they're going to be, they know they're going to be. Well, they don't know, but the direction that they think is destruction. So they're going to feed that child destruction as well, and make sure that child goes down with them, with her. By nature. This is just what they're going to do. This is what they do. So a lot of our men have babies with demons, are married to demons, sleeping with demons, and don't realize it. But their life is going to, they do see that their lives is changing, right? A lot of their lives is going to hell. Some of their lives may look great, but we know that they're totally against one another. So it's never going to end well for that original man, because whose reality is empowered? The Caucasian nations. So she's automatically going to oppress him. Automatically, even if he doesn't see it. Even if you try to bypass it because she's making money, she has these things, she has these trinkets that you need, that you love, that you want. It's still the fact that she's against you and you don't want to see that. But it is. Even if you don't see it, she's killing you. And she's killing your children as well. So we have to realize that a lot of our mothers are devils, and we're trying to figure out why we're not getting along. Why can't I be happy? Why can't I get along with my mother? Why don't we think the same? Why is my mother always trying to make me hate my father for no reason? These are emotional reasons, never a reason, because they want to keep you in that emotional state, so you never look at the real situation. And that's exactly what demons do. They want to keep you in that emotional mind so you don't ever look at the real. And once you sit down and look at the real and realize what's going on, you'll see for yourself that who was the problem? Mommy was the problem. But mommy fed you all this emotional crap, so you hate daddy. Or you're totally against who you are because you're demon possessed. And that's exactly what a child with a demon mother would be. Demon possessed. So on top of us having a wolves in sheep clothing, you also have sheeps in wolves clothing. We have sheep that's acting like wolves because they have devil mothers, wolf mothers. So these sheep are being raised by these wolves. And now all these sheep are acting like these wolves. And they don't even realize that they're sheep because they're acting so much like these wolves and they've been raised by these wolves. That is how they're acting. And then the wolves come and blame the sheep for all the things that the wrong that they're doing, all the things that they're doing. But you raised me to do these things. So that's another way, like I said, they don't ever want to look at why the action is taking place. They want to just point the fingers. Because nothing just happens, sisters and brothers. Nothing just happens. No one just attacking anyone. No one just hops up and slaps you. Something had to cause this situation to take place. Something had to cause it to take place. And they're missing that point in life. They don't want to view that. That's another way you can identify a demon. They want problems. They don't want to solve problems. And they want to cause corruption in your mind, manipulating your mind. So, did you have anything else to add on to that?
Yeah. You were speaking about the wolves in sheep clothing. That's our people. Like you said, they was raised by their mothers. They was raised by their aunties, their grandmas, or so on, so forth, and they were demons. So they had to adjust to the situation they were in. So they were sheep and had to put on wolf clothing to survive. Before you knew it, they were just doing these things because they were trying to gain the love and the appreciation of these wolves, because these are the ones that's raising them.
Right.
So they want to, right? They want them to accept them and love them and to make them proud. So right. The sheep doing this to make these people proud, and I'm doing this for mom, I'm doing this for grandma, I'm doing this for these people. But it don't matter how much you give, they're never satisfied. And it's like they always want you to keep going and keep doing more. But you never find happiness within yourself. But the happiness that you found was to please them, which they're never pleased. So in the end, it's destroying you, and you feel it. So what you do is pull back. And the moment you pull back, they attack you, and they start telling you about yourself. And the moment you try to make decisions for yourself, because what they was doing, I did that. It wasn't working for me, and you're never happy anyway on the things that I'm trying to do. That I can't accomplish. I can't explain this to you. I can't accomplish those things. And the things I did accomplish, it didn't fit me. But it's the moment you like you said, as long as you stay within the program and it's destroying you and they love it and they keep pushing you harder and they're never satisfied with anything you're doing. They always disappointing you, but they claim like they care about you, but they don't. They can't. It's not in their nature. So the moment you see that it's not working out for you and it doesn't fit you, you know something's not right with this situation, and you tired of pretending. You're tired of putting on that wolf clothing. You want to be yourself. And the moment you do, that's when they point the finger at you. That's when you was no good. That's why you don't listen. That's why you won't prosper. That's why, and that's what's going on in our community. So at the beginning, a lot of our people were pretending. We're just trying to act, trying to gain that love and that trying to gain that right, to get that attention that they want from that
love and respect from this reality.
Right. So they just trying to please people.
So we're trying to please people. We don't know what's going on. We're trying to do whatever.
Exactly. And in the midst of that, you lose yourself.
We don't have our mind. So we're wondering. We don't know what to do.
Right.
And we just know that if you do these things, you'll be accepted.
Right.
So I'm about to do that.
Yeah. So right in the beginning, you knew that this medication or whatever these things that they had you doing, you was thinking like, this stuff's it's no good for me. So you trying to dump it down the toilet. You trying to put it down the garbage disposal. They tell you to put it on your swallow, and you put it on your tongue, and you spit it out when you walk out. But over time, you start believing that maybe they're right. Maybe something is wrong with me. Maybe I do need to take this dose. Maybe I do need to do these things. And then over time, you were doing this to pretend or to, you get what I'm saying? Like you were doing these things because this is what they said for you to do. And you knew that they was wrong. But then you start believing. And at first you was like, I'm just going along with whatever they tell you. But over time, you stop going along, and now you're fully demon possessed. You're fully possessed by what they believe, and you start really fighting these so-called things that are called side effects from what you're consuming and what they're telling you, the information they're giving you. You start buying into it. You start really thinking you're wicked. You start really thinking you're sinful. You get what I'm saying? So the way they think starts to beat you down, and you feel it, and you don't know why you never felt this way until all of a sudden. It wasn't because it was all of a sudden, because you're around these people. You see, in the beginning you was a sheep, and now they've put their wolf thoughts on you 24/7. You're around these people. Your cousin's a demon. Your brother's wife's a demon, or whoever you're around constantly. Your neighbors are demons. Your boss and your friends is demons.
Best friend,
right. And everybody you're around, you're picking up on everybody's thoughts and energy. You start believing that these thoughts and all these things are yours. And people pushing Christianity on you and pushing all these things on you, and you're isolated. I mean, they have you in a tight place. You see.
They have our minds in the chokehold.
Right, which affects your thinking, and you don't think that it is, but somebody's constantly being around you, sharing their thoughts, not sharing their thoughts, and you just picking up on their thoughts, and you can't differentiate your thoughts from theirs. Mm-hmm. And like she said, you said something about it was something about the mother. I lost my train of thought.
How the mother
it was something
controls the child. Uses the emotions to control children, or emotions to deceive them.
Right.
From what the real is.
Yeah.
But the real reality is taking place. They use their emotions to deceive their children.
Right. Now I remember. Right. Exactly what you're saying. They, like she said, nothing happens unless somebody make it happen. Things don't just happen. They happen from actions. From people. So the person who taught you, right, your mother, she's the one who was teaching you. She was the one guiding you. And she's asking, well, why did your life turn out this way? Because you raised me. You're the one who taught me to not think. You're the one who put me in the church that teach you to think illogical. You never shared your views with me, how you felt about it. So I, for myself, took my own understanding, which was destroying me. But you had a grip on reality, and the way you believed it, you didn't never share it with me. So here I am thinking that I don't need to think. I just need to believe in the good old Lord. I'm focused on not going to hell.
Right.
So that's my focus. To hell with learning, to hell with reading. I don't need to do all that. I need to believe in the Lord. The Lord make everything possible. But you never shared with me on your views that you believe in a physical heaven. You believe that this is heaven. You believe that you must, you know what I'm saying? You must think logical. You see, but when you go to church, that's not how it's presented to you. It's presented to you as a mystery. But these demons don't think the same way you think when they're in them churches. And those original people being in them churches, we take everything to heart. We serious. So when they say it, they feeding us that the misinterpretation of what they're saying. We take it for face value. So when they, so that's destroying you. But they don't think like we do.
Right. And that's exactly why. Like you shared, the mother is confused on why aren't you. And I did all these things. Why aren't you who I expected you to be, right? Because they, like I shared, this is just their nature. This is what they do. So they do think they're doing a great job with their children, because this is what they do. This is what they do, and they don't understand that nobody has the knowledge of demons. Nobody has the knowledge that we're two different people.
Right.
So they're trying to figure out, why aren't you successful? I put you in all these things. I did this for you. I did that for you. But you're still not successful. I don't know what's wrong with you. Or I don't know why and they don't know why, because they don't know that we have two different natures.
Right.
And they're not black. like they think they are.
Right.
That's another thing. They think that they're black like us, and they're not. But they don't want to be black like us because that's why they're always wearing wigs. That's why they're always wearing blonde hair, always bleaching their skin. They don't know why they're doing it, but they're doing it because they like that look. They know they like that look.
Right.
Why you like that look, though? That's what we're exposing because you're a demon. You're master's children.
Right.
House Negroes, Black Caucasians. This is why you're doing these things. You think that you're just different or you're doing these things because this is the black code. No, this is because this is who you are.
Exactly.
This is who you are. You want to be these things. This is why you're getting things fixed. Which is why you're doing it, because you want to look like a image that is not yourself.
Right.
Because if it was the image that you were looking for yourself, you wouldn't be looking to add on, take away anything on your body. So that shows you that you hate yourself. And they're making our nation hate ourselves as well.
Right.
Because instead of wearing our own hair, instead of covering ourselves, we're out here looking like them. So you're wearing somebody else's hair in your head. That's a clear example that you hate who you are. That's just a clear example of that. Regardless of the normalcy of it today, regardless of that, that is a sign of self-hate. When you are trying to look like something else. Period. And that's exactly what these devils try to do as well. They try to make themselves look like us. Because they hated how they look.
Right. And
so why they getting right?
Go ahead. I was thinking, and just like we say, it's back to the analogy with the sheep and wolf clothing. Sometimes you don't hate yourself. Sometimes you're under the influence. You're under that peer pressure. You see, and you're around certain individuals who, I'm going to go get tatted up today. Look at me. And they convincing you, I'll pay for it. You see, they put pressure on you.
Right.
Because you like, I ain't got no money. See, so you can find your way out of it. Hey, I got you. I got the $500 you need.
So now you walk around with a tattoo that you really didn't want.
Right.
But you convinced yourself that you wanted it after over the years and over the time because you got it.
Right.
And you tell people, oh yeah, I was my friend, but in reality, you didn't even want that.
Right.
You didn't even want it. When you really think about it, he convinced you to get that.
Right. I never did it.
You wasn't out there on your own wheel going to a tattoo shop getting anything.
Right.
So a lot of our people are looking like devils because we're influenced. We got tattoos all over our bodies now. We got piercings in every other which way of our face, on our bodies, everywhere.
Right.
So we're looking like I said, we're looking like we're sheep's and wolves clothing, and that's their clothing. That's what they wear. That's their image.
Right.
That's their image.
Exactly.
Golds in our mouth, all gold chains.
Yeah.
You gotta have a Cadillac that's limping and leaning and moving here, there. That's their vision. That's their clothing.
Right. That's what
and
I'm
we're
saying.
walking around with their clothing on, so we look like them. And now you are also a victim of their demise because you look like them.
Right.
So imagine that when the enemy is out looking for their target and you're looking just like the enemy. Oh, you're going to get shot at as well, even if you were not. Oh, I got the wrong person, but
you look like the right person.
You look exactly like
so damn it, that's what we're gonna call
the person. So you're going to get eliminated right along with them.
Right.
Sisters and brothers.
You're right. That's in see now, and that's the even more perfect example of what we were saying. Now these are the things that we are doing not because we want to. These are the things that they want you to do, and they push you to do these things. They have you misusing your energy. They influencing you and convincing you to do these things. You see, go get contacts in your eyes. Go get piercings in your nose. Go get your baby's go get your baby's ears pierced. Go do these things.
Right.
Let's go to this concert. Let's do this. But as soon as you start talking about this, as soon as you start talking about what happened to our experience, as soon as you start talking about the Abrahamic covenant, or as soon as you start trying to speak against what they're doing, the Democratic Party, as soon as you start speaking about their devils, they start attacking you.
Mm-hmm.
Start talking about the national anthem. You start saying certain things,
That's
it
okay.
trigger them.
Right. Right. You say talking about it, exactly. Then they want you to, but they want you to acknowledge the Holocaust.
Right. But you start.
Why is that? Hold on. Why is that something that we have to acknowledge and we didn't have nothing to do with that?
Right.
Why is that being taught to us? We didn't have nothing to do with that.
Right. I can see it was us that
we didn't do that.
You gotta give us a lesson on it. Like, look what y'all did.
It wasn't us. We had nothing to do with it. That should be taught to y'all people only.
Right.
So what are y'all teaching that? Why does that need to be in the forefront of our minds?
Right. Which is another example why we don't need to be together. Because why the hell am I in the class with you?
Your history should be taught to your shit. That's not our history. We need to
separate because I don't need to hear that.
Exactly.
That wasn't what I did.
Exactly.
We didn't do that. But what y'all did, y'all maybe do need to hear what the hell y'all did. You see what I'm saying? And y'all need to hear about what y'all did to us. Because that's your problem now. That's why you're in the judgment. That's why you see all these things are taking place in the world because of your actions, which you don't want to admit. You see, because y'all think, like you said, that's what we're getting back to. The Democratic Party, they teach you to cripple yourself.
Right.
That's how they keep the control over the black man by pushing this party. You see, they have the black face on it, but they're crippling you. They're crippling you with food stamps, assistance, welfare, programs, things that always keep you a consumer, which prevents you from doing for self.
Right.
So you think these things are good, but they're not.
Right.
So that's the image they're hiding behind, that they're good, they're helping you out, but they're destroying you because they're keeping you from thinking.
Exactly. They've broken us down to the point of consumers. We don't, and the black man don't even realize that's all we do. You think that you got your own business, all these things that you running. So no, you're still a consumer. Because you still have to go purchase all your items and all your necessities, all the things you need for your business from your enemies, these devils. So you're in fact a consumer. You're not making any brushes. You're not making any screws. You're not making any bullets for your guns. You're not making all those things. You just wanting to go buy it.
Right.
So that brings you. That's their plan to totally dehumanize us, to totally wipe our nation out.
Exactly.
So we are no longer looked at as humans, because what are we not doing? Humans, what do humans do? Produce. Do for self.
Right. So what do dogs do?
These humans are not doing that.
They dogs.
They're in the way.
They depend on us to feed them, to do everything for them, bathe them, cut them, clip them.
And that's the point that they brought us to, though.
That's right. That's what she said.
And
now they put the finger at you.
Yeah,
right?
boom. Now you're the problem. But you did that. You brought us to this point. And that's their tactic to totally wipe us out, sisters and brothers. So if we don't start doing for self, thinking for self, that's their mission. But it's not. We know that Allah is the greatest of planners, and that's not going to take place. However, that is their goal. That is their vision, to destroy us. But they're, like we shared, they're out of sync with the creation. Their time is up. They're a robot that was built for a certain amount of time, and now that time is here, and now the robot is now defunctioning. Now the robot is now sparking and dying. Is about to blow up, explode. This robot has been here for 6,000 years, and now it's about to explode, and it's causing all these problems. All these things happening. It's here during the last days, and I'm going to read that scripture before we leave out of here, sisters and brothers. I'm going to read that to you all. And it identifies this scripture. This is in Timothy 2, verse 3. Excuse me. Yeah, chapter 2. Excuse me.
Right.
2 Timothy.
Chapter 3.
Chapter 3.
Verse 3. I'll miss you all of them.
Yes, 2 Timothy, verse 3. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, I'm going to read that to you all. And said that what will take place in the last days, like I said, that robot is no longer functioning properly because it's out of sync. So all these things are taking place. And I'm going to read to you all before we close. It shared, but mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power, have nothing to do with such having form of godliness, but denying its power. All right, sisters and brothers. So, did you hear all those things that shared that will take place? And that's exactly what's taking place during the last days of this reality of this. Like I shared, you got this robot that was created 6,000 years ago, and it's now reached this time. It was only going to last for 6,000 years. This robot. And now this robot has reached this 6,000 years point. Now it's in this destruction point because now it's malfunctioning. Now it's exploding. Now it's all these things take place to this robot because it's no longer in sync. It was only to last. It's like a car. You buy a car. This car, it gives you it has a certain mileage on it. It has a certain amount of years that this car will last until you need a new car, right? And that's exactly what is taking place with them. Their time has reached, we've reached the highest miles of the car, and this car is no longer, it needs to get thrown out, or it's at its last limb. Right. So it might be putting down the street a little bit. It might be dysfunctioning a little bit. You might got to go get this screwed up a little more. You might got to tighten that up because it's leaking a little bit. And that's exactly what's taking place. This robot and these people, this nation, is now in their destruction. So all these things are taking place. Everything said during the last days, all those things will take place. And that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening, sisters and brothers. So we got to understand that we are living out the scriptures as well. The Bible is a guidance. And they lie and tell you it's something that's past tense, sisters and brothers. However, this is in fact a guidance. And it's telling you right here what will take place during the last days of this corrupted society. So, sisters and brothers, we must never forget that we have a hidden enemy, and we must shine this light on all of our nation, all of our people. If you hear this message and it resonates with you, share it. Let it be known. Because this light will be preached all over the world before their end will come. So, we're on that mission as we speak to get that light into every mind that we can before they try to reach out from their grave, which is what they're doing now, but before they try to take you down with them, sisters and brothers. So we're going to be back with a part 2 with this video, and we'll be back. You back? Anything else?
Yes, ma'am. I got one thing to add.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say, like she said, it's important to identify your enemies, because if you cannot identify your enemies, then you are your enemy.
Yes, sir. So with that, we'll be back. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.